Mario. A man, a name, and a game. All these pages have that one sentence I just said. Did I not write anything else? Like, the build up to this song is 60 seconds. Am I just supposed to stall for all that time? Like, this isn't just some massive 40-minute video essay. Maybe they can get away with stalling for that long, but this video definitely can't. Oh, so now you're just gonna call it ironic, because by me complaining, apparently I'm stalling the video. No, we're just gonna start it here, no redos. And let's start the video. Every mainline 3D Mario game usually has one or two specialty moves that are the go-to for almost every situation. Mario 64 started this trend with long jumps and wall kicks, Mario Sunshine had FLUDD, Mario Galaxy with its spin jump, and Mario Odyssey with its cap throw and the dive combos. But out of all these moves, only one was good enough to be in every single game: the spin jump. The spin jump originates in Mario 64, not in the release version, but in a short, small clip from early footage of the game shown off before the game's launch. Here we see a version of the spin jump that was triggered by jumping 3 times, before the trademark triple jump took its place. Thankfully, even though it was removed from the original game, we still can experience it in the DS version by backflipping with Luigi. Here we get an understanding on why Nintendo replaced it, because this move practically breaks every level, especially the horizontal ones, with the player being able to ignore most level interaction by spin jumping across every single obstacle. But the move is fun, is floaty, and gains Luigi height, which is the definition of a good spin jump. So with this being the original spin jump, we now have a basis for what a rotational jump should be capable of. So going forward, we will start updating this list categorizing the game depending on if Nintendo crippled its spin jump. The next mainline Mario game was Mario Galaxy. Here, the spin jump is what defines this game, being Mario's main movement tool, and while technically in Galaxy it's just called the spin or star spin and not the spin jump, I'm still going to count it as an SJ because you gain height while rotating fast. Compared to 64 spin jump, this one is way more tuned to the game, allowing for interactions with launch stars, vines, and the level itself, not allowing for the player to ignore the level as they could in 64. This spin on the spin jump also has variations, with you being able to spin into a ground pound, combo wall jumps and spins, spin with the left or right controller giving varying heights, and the 2 types of ground spins, crouched and uncrouched ground spins. However, this very jump does come at a cost, with the spin jump losing its floatiness. You could say this is due to the game already being floaty since planet's gravity does affect movement at times, but I am going to have to dock some SJ points from this because while it fits perfectly for Mario Galaxy and is a spin jump by definition, the float factor is just as integral as the height factor, putting the Mario Galaxy spin jump not in Crippled, but in the mobile but doesn't feel spin jumpy section. Next, we have Mario 3D World, which I didn't mention in the beginning because character swaps doesn't really feel like a specialty move. However, even without a move of its own, 3D World has 3 spin jump techniques to cover, though I will only be talking about 2 since Phil Carpel made an amazing video on the spinning long jump that I will link in the description. The other 2 are the star spin jump that was in Mario Galaxy and a normal spin jump. The star spin is pretty much the exact same as it was in Mario Galaxy, besides the lack of launch stars, vines, and the move won't refresh on wall jumps. But our new normal spin jump is everything that a spin jump needs to be serviceable to the player. We have height gained that is equivalent or better to alternative moves, and floatiness no other move can replicate while not being overpowered like 64's iteration. While the spin jump cannot be triggered in midair or anything, it can still be comboed into star spin jumps, making this the only game that allows you to combo a spin jump directly into another spin jump before you even land on the ground. So clearly we have now found our second entry into the mobile section in our list. And for our final and most recent game, we have Mario Odyssey, which has the normal spin jump and 2 edge cases for a spin jump. So first, if you direct your attention to the normal spin jump that has been playing in the background, it's criminally bad. They, for some evil reason, capped the horizontal movement speed of the spin jump, preventing almost any use of this move outside of using it to drill pound into a roll for instant speed. But thankfully, we still have 2 edge cases to look at, right? Well, what I am considering classifying as a spin jump are the jumping cap throws and the rainbow spins that you can perform by pressing A after a cap bounce, because you know, he spins in them. But both of these, if we were to consider them on the spin jump alone, even compared to Mario Galaxy spin jump, it's clearly outclassed. And unless it's heavily comboed into cat bounces, these moves don't do much on their own. Little to no height gained and only a slight bit of floatiness is just not enough to be considered a good spin jump. While these moves do make sense considering the combos, focusing on the spin jump itself, we've officially found the first game that crippled the spin jump, Mario Odyssey. And that's it for this video. Is this really all we have for this video? Like, it feels as though this mechanic had no perfect uses and doesn't even deserve a video detailing its history. It feels like I skipped a game or something, but the only game I did skip was Mario Sunshine, and look at this gameplay, bro. It's just flooding everywhere. There's no spin jumps worth talking about. Let's talk about Mario Sunshine. So the list you were probably thinking would look like this, but if you were paying close attention, there was an extra tier peeking out from the top. And to make this make sense, imagine you were a gymnast at the Olympics who had hypermobility in their joints. You could imagine that if you were to lose that hypermobility, you would in turn be crippled in your sport, but not actually crippled, so you would now be mobile. So Mario Sunshine's spin jump, opposed to the other spin jumps, is hypermobile and has essentially been crippled in every other game since. So, why is this the case? And what about Mario Sunshine's spin jump makes me glaze it so much? Firstly, the jump is massive, beating out every single other form of upward movement in Sunshine other than the rocket nozzle. Secondly, it has the perfect amount of floatiness to where you feel like you're falling slower, but not like you are a human hang glider like Mario 64's variant. Thirdly, almost every single form of jump can be turned into a spin jump. Want to jump normally? Add some floatiness to it. Want a side flip? How about a side spin? Want to jump off of a trampoline into a spin? Check. Want a wall kick spin back and forth between walls? Easy. Want to turn your backflip or triple jump into a spin? Well, you can't do that, but you already know you can triple jump or backflip into a landing spin jump, dive roll out into a landing spin jump. Oh, and want a triple jump, but jumping 3 times is too hard? Turn your normal jump into a spin jump and instantly jump, and you got a triple jump with only 2 jumps. Grounded spins that when combined with slippery slopes gain you insane amounts of speed. Of course Sunshine has that. There is so much tech on this one spin jump, Average Trey made a 21-minute and 43-second video on it that explains everything I said here, but in much greater detail plus more tech the spin jump has that I'm too inept to even try, allowing for more skill expression in a spin jump compared to any other game. It's crazy how a game that usually gets summed up as a weird water jetpack game has a spin jump that outshines its main mechanic of flood. Which I feel perfectly explains why Nintendo had to cripple it going forward, because if every mainline Mario game had a Sunshine spin jump, it wouldn't even give new features a chance at the limelight. So, summing it up, it makes sense that Nintendo crippled this mechanic in future games, but it doesn't make sense that this whole video went in chronological order other than Mario Sunshine. And if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do.